I've been living or studying in China for, this is the 8th year. By the end of my studies in Germany, I went back home to try and make contributions to Cameroon, and then I realized that there were a lot of China-related projects, and I became curious, and I decided to learn more about China. I decided to do more research about China, to seek for answers to support my country's development. Culture-wise, it's very important because even though China and Africa are far, they are several miles away, between China and Africa, but culture, if the young people are bridging, I think a lot of problems will be alleviated. There are several narratives, I would say stereotypes, when it comes to China-Africa relations, and that's what we're trying to tackle, because I firmly believe that only China-Africa, the Chinese youth and the African youth can actually write the China-Africa story in their own terms, not a third party. As a wish, I wish several Africans like me, travel China to understand, to have a glimpse or a very deep understanding about Chinese grassroots governance, to have a better understanding about how China operates, the Chinese philosophy. I had the opportunity to be a village official or to shadow village officials on several times. In total, I've been to 50 counties. What actually struck my mind is the unity of the Chinese villages and their dedication and their will to alleviate poverty. I also saw very interesting things like the twinning system. The reason why I went to Chinese villages, it's to actually know how China achieved the miracle of alleviating poverty. So I saw a twinning system. For example, I've been to Ningxia, and while in the village there, after a month, I realized that there are several business people from Fujian. And then I realized that Ningxia and Fujian are actually twinned. That system raised my curiosity because regions, provinces, or schools that are really, I wouldn't say rich, but that have a big potential can share with those that are less developed. And that's actually something that I see it is important for Africa, as we are seeing the gap between rich and poor, and there's a gap of development between the cities and the countryside. Many African young people are coming to China, including myself, to study, to trying to see how China achieved development in several ways, in several sectors, seeking to go back home and develop their country. So young people, through people-to-people engagement, through people-to-people bond relationship, are actually trying to learn from each other, right? Trying to foster mutual understanding. I see more synchrony because any agenda, any policy that is now set within the framework of the Belt and Road Initiative, or either the FOCAC from China-Africa Cooperation, or even the BRICS, tends to resonate or synchronize further or more with our own local agendas. By synchronizing agendas from China and from African countries or the AU, we make sure that the cooperation is actually down to earth and very practical. We make sure that the cooperation is actually really meeting the needs on the ground. I try to do, going to Chinese counties, understanding the Chinese culture better, but also every year I go back to Africa to share what I experienced. I'm willing to relocate back home, back to Africa, to work on the ground for our sustainable development, to boost African development.